Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Peachy and this channel is all about my Sylvanian Families collection. For today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at the hamburger restaurant, or rather two versions of the hamburger restaurant. We can see that this set was first released into the range in 2011, and canonically it's run by the Lopez Chihuahua family. And this little red car was also marketed to go with it through the drive-through portion. So this Japanese version I have on the left is that 2011 version. This set did get a release, at least here in the UK, but a little bit strangely, we got a version of this set in 2012 distributed by Flair, but it was called the Blackcurrant Cafe, and whilst it used the building mould, it had different accessories and slightly different furniture included. I've popped some pictures here as I don't have this particular building in my collection. But this is the iteration that we got originally. And then in 2014, when Epoch had started taking over distribution from Flair, we got the hamburger restaurant version that we see here. And then when Epoch had fully taken over, we got this version of the hamburger restaurant in this packaging here, where you can see the Epoch name on the box. I'm not 100% sure when this particular version came out, this 5168 version, but I'm pretty sure this is the last kind of iteration before they discontinued it. Now you might be wondering how I've come to have these two different versions of the building, and it's a slightly interesting story, I guess. This particular version is the one I got first. It was brand new in box, and that's why I purchased it. However, I had not done my research thoroughly enough, as I didn't realise that this version comes with far fewer accessories than this version over here. What I'm not sure about is whether this particular 5168 version is a kind of easy buy version of the same product. If you have a look at the figures here, you can see that they're wearing the more easy buy outfits. The same for the dad here. You can just about see that he's just wearing overalls with no shirt underneath. And also I think these are the easy buy families. Freya, however, is in her full normal outfit, so that's why I'm a little bit unsure. So just something to keep in mind when we're looking at these two side by side. Anyway, when I worked out that this one came with far more accessories, more painted details, etc., etc., I wanted to make sure I had this version for my collection, and then what I'll do with this version, I'm not sure just yet. I might use it to convert the building into something else, like a customization, or I might sell it on. But either way, I thought it would be good to look at the two side by side, since I'd ended up in a situation where I had both. So let's start by having a proper look at the more detailed one, and then we'll have a look at the slightly less detailed one. I think that makes sense because it'll be easier to do a comparison of seeing the full set, and then I can point out what's not included in this one. So if we start by taking a look at the box, this is obviously the front. You can see this connectable sticker here. It's in Japanese, but this shows that it can be connected with other houses. We can also see the Chihuahua family working here. There's a price tag here for a shop called, I think, Neverland. Here you can see the little drive-through window and all the critters enjoying their burgers. On this side you can see the buildings that it's connectable with. So we've got, I think, what we call Cedar Terrace, and what I know is Willow Hall, but I don't think that's the version that this is. And also the little starter cottage here as well. Different ways you can set it up if you want to add extra floors. On the back we can see a few kind of slice of life images. So here's the drive-through again. Here's all the customers eating. Nice close-up of the walnut squirrel family there, which is quite cute. There's the Chihuahua sister. She's working here too. Mother, father. Mother using the drinks machine. Father popping some chips or fries into a little container. And the sister looking very cute delivering food. The usual warnings and everything. And then we can see here it's from 2011. And on this side, we can see a big image of that drive-through window, but also everything that comes in the set. And this is going to be useful later for the side-by-side comparison. Obviously get the building and then all these bits and pieces, which we'll take a look at now. On the top, we just have another lovely big setup image. You can see little greedy bear here. He's one of my favourite characters. I think he's so cute. And it's a very full looking restaurant. And on the bottom, we've just got the set name, the little hamburger logo, and some other bits and bobs of information. But let's take a look at the actual contents. There are some instructions in the box which show you how to assemble certain things and where certain stickers go. Mine should all already be applied though. So here we have the building out of the box. This one did come with a little Japanese catalogue leaflet, which are always fun to look at. Please feel free to pause the video if you'd like to take a closer look at this. But I will give you an overview as these are always fun to look at. This time period was one of my favourites. The sets are so detailed and lovely. The set also comes with a little storybook, or quite a big storybook in fact, lots bigger than the ones that come with the family, and it's got these cute cartoonish drawings in. Obviously it's all in Japanese, and I think I'm going the wrong way, but the illustrations in here are very cute. Just a little storybook. Then onto the building itself. So at the front facade you can see the front door, this little window here which has acrylic in to form the glass, and then this lovely detailed red brickwork. There's some bits and pieces to add on here so it looks less bare, but we'll do that in a minute. The front door of course opens and closes, and it's got a nice painted detail here on the handle. Got a nice big what would be window or door that you can come and eat outside, like al fresco style. On this side we've got a counter window, and again it's got acrylic in to form the glass, and you can see it's got engraving there, hamburger, and some little kind of laurel details around it. Again, lovely painted brickwork. This side is where the takeout window is, and there's a takeout menu sticker on this board. Painted brick details again. It would have been nice to have the menu painted, or the menu board backing painted as well. I think that'd just make it pop a little bit more, but we've got the window here. This one has no glass in so that the goods can be passed out of it. We've also got these sticker details running around the top with little burger-esque motifs and that logo again. On the inside we've got the typical plastic made to look like wood floor, and then we've got the inside, and there you can see that counter a little bit better just over here. The door, a nice detail I thought was that this is push to push it open, and the other side has a handle to pull it. Thought that was just nice attention to detail for the way that the door is opening and closing. And then this side will form the kind of work area so they can get to the takeout window, and then this area will be the seating area. I mentioned having a couple of things to add on to the front to make it look less bare. So there is this awning piece in this nice dark green colour, and that just clips over here to make that look a little bit less bare. And then we also have this welcome hamburger shop sign. This just clips on the top, I think, like so, and you can have it kind of wherever you want on this piece. They show it above the door, but you could equally have it over here above the awning if you wanted to have it like that. But I'm going to pop it above the door for now as it fits quite nicely there. Now let's take a look at some of the furniture pieces. Our critters are going to need somewhere to sit, so let's start with that. We have chairs, 6 of them, and they all are exactly identical to this one. So I'll just show you this one, but it's a pretty standard Sylvanian-esque chair. Quite nice little details of making it look like wood, but not the most detailed thing in the world. So we've got 6 of those. And then to go with those, we have 2 tables. Again, these are nicely kind of representative of what they are, fast food tables, but they're not the most detailed things in the world. But I do like that they have some details, like here on the underside and on the little feet. So 2 of those. So let's get those in the restaurant. I'm just going to set it up like they are on the box at the moment to demonstrate how they recommend everything fitting in. Then we need the furniture for the kitchen side. So here we have a grill piece. So grill up here, little work counter space. This is an oven, but the door does not open, knobs don't turn or anything like that. There's also a cupboard and drawer. Again, these are just molded in, they don't open. But I do like that the handles have been painted just to call out those details. And that fits perfectly in that spot under the window. Then we have a drinks machine. See, coffee, tea, shakes and juice. It's got the little buttons and knobs and everything, but this could have benefited, I think, from a few more colours on it just to make it look a little bit less one colour and uniform. And that one I'm going to pop here next to the takeout window. Then we have a counter piece for serving or paying. It has the menu stuck on it here. So you can see all the things that you can order. It's just hollow on the back, but I'm going to pop that there for now. And then we have another grill over here, or fryer for fries, and these hold the fries in place as they're being prepared. It's got this wood look to it again. Quite nicely detailed for a fairly simple piece. I'm going to pop that here so that all the burger prep can go over there, and then have the counter here as well. Maybe if I move it along a bit, there might be a little bit more space behind there to fit the figures in. There's one more piece that I need to pop over here, and it is this step piece. This is just a very simple brown moulded step. It has nice curved corners though, and that goes underneath the takeout window so the figures can actually reach to see the cars out of it. We also have this shop sign, which would probably go outside, but I'm going to pop it inside just for now, just showing the set menu. I love shop signs like this. I just think they add a nice little bit of interest to the scene, especially if they're outside on a street scene. Then we come on to the accessories. So let's start with the till so that we can pay for our meals. It's just hollow on the inside, fairly standard mould. Nice plastic used. I like the kind of silver metallic of it. I'm going to pop that there on the kind of ordering counter. Then we have a number of trays, 6 to be precise. There's also these serviette pieces, which the person that I've bought these off has applied to the trays. So usually these would be loose, but they've stuck these onto the trays, which I think makes sense because at least then you're not going to lose it. So I'm not too upset about that. You can see they've got the hamburger logo on them. The trays themselves are pretty simple. They've got 4 little feet and then pretty usual tray mould. We'll do those in a minute and fill them up with some food and things. For the grill at the back, we obviously need some burgers, and these are of course plant-based. But there's one burger here that's deconstructed. So you get the 2 buns, the tomato, lettuce and the patty. And you can see the buns are in various states of browning. It also comes with this peg piece with the cute little bear-like piece on the top. Camera's having a real trouble focusing on that. There we go. Wearing this cute little bow tie as well, but that just goes through all the holes and holds the burger to place or in place. So let's build it. Might be a little bit fiddly to do when I can't quite see what I'm doing, but I'm sure you'll get the idea. There we go. Got a built burger there. Or we can deconstruct it and have it on the grill like it's being cooked, which is what I'm going to do. Have that there ready for being assembled to order. We have a little spatula for cooking the burgers. This is just kind of plain plastic, not super detailed, but I think it conveys the message of what it is. So put that over there on the grill. We then have some holders for chips, 4 of them. They say potato on the front. They're just plain white and they hold the chip pieces, which I'll show you now. So the chip pieces are here. You get 4 of those as well. These are pretty nicely detailed. They look like you get a pretty good portion of chips there. And I like that they're separate so you can have them cooking over here, or you can have them in the holders, like a portion that's already been made up. I think what we will do is decorate some of these trays in a minute, but just for now I'm going to pop these over here like they're being cooked. We then also have a scoop for the fries to be able to cook them. I'll pop that on the kind of deep fat fryer part. There's also a little salt shaker for being able to apply salt to the chips. I notice this doesn't have a hole in the top, so a little bit less detailed than some of the slightly older sets, but still nice to have. There's a visor that comes with the set for your worker to be able to wear to make them look a little bit more like they're in uniform, whoever you choose to have working here. It's a simple red visor and it's quite flexible plastic. There's a takeout bag for the drive-through window, has the logo on it, and then this is really nicely detailed actually, really looks like a folded up paper bag ready to go out of the window. We then of course have some burgers, not a very good burger restaurant without any burgers. So you can see we have 2 of this, I'm going to guess lettuce and tomato burger, and 3 of this one that looks like it has a couple of patties in it. Lots of lettuce as well. These are quite nicely detailed. They've got a nice browning gradient on the top and the bottom is less toasted. I think these are pretty nice accessories for this restaurant. There's a sign that I forgot to clip on the front. We'll pop that on in a minute, but that has the hamburger logo on it and says welcome. And finally we have some drinks cartons or cups. These have the hamburger logo on again. They're again in the red and white coloration, and they have removable lids that just clip on. And the lids have this little straw piece moulded in. I think they look pretty effective for fast food drinks. And you get 4 of those as well. Most of them are just here. But let's make up some trays and decorate the rest of the scene. And there it is, set up with all the pieces that it comes with. Now let's have a quick comparison with the other version that I have. So here we have the direct side by side of the contents pages, and you can see less chairs, 1 less table, half the amount of trays, half the amount of burgers. You don't get the construction piece either, half the amount of chips and drinks. Still get 6 napkins. You don't get the little spatula, you don't get the shop sign. You get most of the other kind of furniture pieces, and the building looks the same, but there are a couple differences we'll look at in a minute. But yeah, the amount of smaller accessories you get is quite a bit less. So here we are with this version out of the box, and we do have the stickers, which to me look pretty much the same as the ones I've just shown you. If not exactly the same, very similar. Here's the napkin stickers and the ones to go on the machines and the salt shaker and all of that sort of thing. Like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one just yet, so I'm probably going to leave these stickers as they are and not apply them just at the moment. But on the building, I've already noticed a few differences. So there's no glass or acrylic in this window. This detail isn't painted. These side bricks aren't painted. This looks the same, there'll be a sticker to apply there. And on this side there's also no glass with that nice embossing detail on it. And again, this side isn't painted either on the brickwork. Inside it looks pretty similar, except this little detail on the handle isn't painted. But the mould and everything is the same. Again, I'm not going to get all the accessories out because I'm not sure whether I'm going to sell this on or keep it or what I'm going to do yet. But These look the same. Obviously we'll apply the stickers on and then that will be as we've seen in the other building. You got the little fry scooper. Still got the little step up to the window. Still got the little veranda piece that goes on the outside. The till is the same, I think, and the takeout bag looks the same. This part looks the same, which is the deep fat fryer. On the oven though, these knobs and things aren't painted like they were on the one we just saw. You get 4 chairs and 1 table, but from what I can see, they do look the same as the ones we've just seen. You get the drinks machine, which looks just as plain as the one we just saw. It just doesn't have the sticker on it. Still get the outside sign. Still get 3 trays that you can just about see in there. And this counterpiece looks the same as well. Colour-wise, I think they're pretty much the same too. But obviously, we've seen that one set up. This side would probably look mostly the same, but with less chairs, it would just look a little bit less busy on this side. And with less accessories, you're going to be able to have a less kind of dynamic looking scene. So it is interesting that this one does come with so many fewer accessories to actually decorate the scene with. It's just bringing the other one back in, and I've popped that sign on the outside now, which looks quite nice and effective just there. I also like this shot looking into the restaurant through the window. I think that's really cute. But just wanted to bring this one back into frame. I think without the extra table, so if I take one of the tables out, you can see that it would look quite bare. I guess you'd put the table here and get rid of that one, but it does seem quite empty. So I am glad that I did opt to get this version that has the extra accessories and things. I also really like the deconstructed burger. I think it makes sense that you'd have parts to put on the grill, and that always gives nice action shots. So again, I think that's quite a loss from the other. The signs as well. We know how much I love a shop sign, and the little visor. Having less drinks and chips and things as well, and trays, is also, whilst not the end of the world, I just like to have the most amount of accessories possible. I also really love when they've got acrylic glass in the windows, so that's a big plus for me. But yes, I think the point of my rambling here is when you're buying this set, or there's some other sets that are like this as well, be really sure which version you're buying and which version you want, because there are versions that have accessories missing and less accessories in general. So don't make my mistake. Research it properly first and make sure you get the version you want the first time, rather than then having to buy a second one and wonder what you're going to do with the first. I'm going to grab the chihuahuas and some other critters to be in here now, so we can see what it looks like with the critters in as well. I also have this little uniform that is again Japanese and was marketed to go with this building for the chihuahua mother. So I'm going to pop her in her outfit as well, so she can be in her cute little uniform. Unfortunately, I don't think this ever made its way outside of Japan, which is a shame because the uniform critters are so cute. But let's see what this looks like on as well. And there we go, there's the restaurant with some critters in, looking a lot more lively now. Here's the Chihuahua mother in her adorable uniform. Fits her perfectly. The Velcro is a little bit trying to come unstuck, but it does fit her nicely. Oh, I've just knocked a chair over. Sorry about that. There we go. And the little visors are pretty flexible. I probably won't leave these on the critters all the time, as I think it will leave an indent in the flocking. But for photos and setups, it's very cute. Her husband's normal outfit already kind of has the colour scheme of the restaurant, so he can probably just wear his normal clothes and then have the visor that comes with the set. But they do look very cute in their little outfits. I also wanted to turn it around and show you the drive-through. It's like the perfect height for the Sylvanian car windows. This is the pink picnic wagon, which is a bit of a newer vehicle, but I think it would work with obviously the vehicles that were available at the time as well, and some of the olders too, as they're all about the same scale. But this looks really cute. I love this. And that's all I have for today's video for you, just showing a front shot here. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at the sets with me and also seeing the comparison between the older version and the newer version, which is possibly easy buy, so I'm not sure, but it is interesting how there's different versions of the products on the market, and that's just something to be conscious about when you are buying secondhand, to make sure you're getting the edition that you are hoping to get. Let me know in the comments what you think about this set. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye for now.